Hello guys, and welcome back to another weekly market review. Like every week, we're gonna go through all the trades that are currently available, gonna see which ones are good, which ones are bad, which ones are repeated. Apologize for kind of the late publishing of this video. My mic broke, so I had to buy a new one, and now I'm recording this, and hopefully we're gonna get this out to you guys as soon as possible. Of course, while you're watching this, it's already gonna be out. So yeah, let's get right into it. First one we have up here is GBP CAD. You don't see a trade on here right now, but this is still a trade that a lot of people have open. So I thought I'll cover that as well. So right now you're most likely sitting in drawdown, which is of course normal for swing trading. But I wanted to highlight this just because, you know, there's no reason to get out of this trade just yet. We can see global is sideways. It is still bearish, but we can see it's moving into sideways. When you see global going to uptrending, that's when you want to, you know, move your TPs to break even and try to get out. But right now, we want to let these trades play out and not try to mess with them too much. So that's GBP CAD right now. Still looking okay. We're still bearish overall. We can see some lower highs here. So yeah, as long as global is, you know, down or sideways, you're still good to go. We can see it has really been sideways, so you know that's understandable. Let's see what price action will do, and then maybe this is still going to turn into a really good trade. So moving on to USD CHF. USD CHF looking good. We've hit TP again. This trade already hit TP multiple times. So this was, I believe, this was the first time, and now we got into the TPs again. So yeah, it still looks like a good trade. You know, really what's happening here is we're creating a lower high. So this here was the top. Price went down, broke this support, and now we went up to retest that broken support. And now we're looking to come down into a TP3. So TP1, TP2 is hit. Now we're waiting for TP3. We can see both of our RTDs here are downtrending, which is good. So we can expect some more bearish momentum. Or a silver trade also hit TP. So this was an entry here. We hit TP1, TP2, which is great. We can see both local and global are down, which hopefully gives us enough momentum to hit TP3 on this trade. You know, I've read some comments, you know, saying, you know, don't short silver yet, but you know, we don't want to base our trades on emotions. We want to know, okay, what are our levels in the market, where can we position ourselves in the market, and then get in. This is our entry, this is our exit, and that's it. Everything else doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what news is saying, doesn't matter what Corona's doing. We trade the charts, and that's all we do. So if all the confluences and all the signals line up for a good trade, we take that trade. So silver did just that. We hit TP1, TP2. Now you move to break even on your last position and waiting for TP3. NZD CHF, on the other hand, is a repeated trade. So if we just draw out these boxes here, I already talked about this in a weekly Q&A. If you did join that, you already know what's going on with this. But this is a repeated trade. So if we just, you know, draw out our boxes to make things a little easier to visualize, you'll see that this is a repeated trade. So you can see, you know, the first entry was really here. This was the first or second, and now we're coming in for the third entry. The general rule of thumb is, you know, if you didn't make money on the first two trades, you really shouldn't take the third one because the probability will be lower. Of course, you can still take it. It can play out fine. Everything will be good. But just because it's been repeated, it will have a lower probability. So if it does go stop loss, you know why. Moving on to AUD JPY. This trade also hit TP1, TP2. This is a repeated trade as well. Again, if we draw out our level here, really our first entry on this trade was over here. And what happened is price actually pushed up even higher, went into drawdown a little bit, and then it came back down below entry. Previously, this stop loss was further up, so you shouldn't have hit stop loss on this. But yeah, looks like we hit TP1, TP2, which is good. We came in back for another retest on this level. So if you're in this trade, great. If you're not, no need to rush into it. If you want, you can take it, but it's a repeated trade, just so you guys know. But yeah, hopefully we can expect TP3 here. Local is up, so it could take a little longer. First, we need local to go into a downtrend to, you know, get momentum to go into TP3. But global is down, which is great. It means price is still in a downtrend. And we can clearly see, you know, this is a clear downtrend. So this is our top, lower high here. And hopefully this is our next lower high over here. If that happens, great. All we need to do is, you know, all price needs to do is stay below this neutral. If it is, then this is going to be a good trade. Moving on to AUD NZD, which is looking quite good in my opinion. Looks like a pretty fresh trade. So we broke this low over here. Broke it here, and now we're looking for the retest on that neutral, and then take it down in TP1, TP2. This trade is not overly repeated. Looks like, you know, the RTD is down too, which is great. We are making lower lows, lower highs, so you can see this is our high, lower low, high, lower high, lower high, and hopefully this is our next lower high here. And you can also see we're creating lower lows and lower lows. So this is our low, lower low, and then this TP is going to be our next lower low. And I hope that makes sense. And we'll move on to Euro AUD. Euro AUD also looking good. This here is our long entry box. This is not a repeated trade, so this is pretty fresh. It's the first time back into that level. Yeah, I mean, really not much to say here. You can see lower highs, higher lows coming in. So you can see really, we formed a really nice support here. You can see how price was kind of rejecting that level multiple times. So you can see these bounces of the support. And we had a nice double bottom here, went up, went down, went up again. We broke our previous high here, and then we are now forming higher lows, which is lining up nicely with this neutral level. So yeah, this is looking like a good entry. I don't have anything to say really about this trade other than yeah, take it if you can. Yeah, strategy mode has been good last few weeks. So we've had a lot of TP1s, some TP3s. We had a lot of old pending orders in TP, a lot of old drawdown position, go back and profit. So yeah, it's been a good few weeks. Again, you know, these trades take a couple weeks. Sometimes they can take a couple of days. We even had some trades take a couple minutes. But there are strategy trades, I mean swing trades, so they do take a little longer to play out. So don't get impatient. Just set it up, let it run. If it hits stop loss, no worries. You follow the plan. Of course, if you let your emotions get the best of you, you know there's a higher chance for error. But if you just let the trades play out, your win rate is going to be much better compared to trying to micromanage your trades. Moving on to Euro Yen. Euro Yen also hit TP1, TP2 just I think last week. So this is also a slightly repeated trade. If you look at this, if we kind of draw out our entry here, this here was, I believe, our first entry. So we got a TP1, TP2 here. This is our second entry here, and then we got TPs again, and looks like it has enough momentum now to kind of go into support. But yeah, really, it's a really good structure right now in Euro Yen. You can see we broke this level here. So we broke it, came back up to retest it, went into TP. Now we got a double top, and hopefully that gives us enough momentum to go into the support. GJ, very similar scenario. Looks like it's forming a double top, which is good. It's showing a reversal. And yeah, so we already hit TP on this one a couple times as well. I think once or twice per TP on this. So we're going in for the third time now. And hopefully it'll have enough momentum this time to break through or minor support here and go to our TP3. And yeah, that's it for the strategy mode trades. Really good week so far. The last few weeks have been really good as well. And let's move on to some of the equity trades. So on equities, on SAN, looks like we hit TP1, TP2. It's going in for TP3. Some of you might have entered into this, but some of you might have not. But yeah, it looks like it's heading into TP3. BSC also hit TP1, TP2. We caught this short a couple of weeks ago, I believe, or last week. Yeah, so this is a good trade too. At this point, it's been a little bit repeated. Again, we want to be a little more careful shorting stocks. Ideally, we want to be more longs on stocks than shorting. But yeah, this looks like I don't know why this thing's up here. Yeah, but this looks like it hit TP1. If you did, congratulations. Keep moving. Move on to the next trade. Next up, we have PFE, which also looks like a really good long position. We got some higher lows coming in here. A low, higher low, higher low. This might be your next minor higher low. We do have a double top here, which lines up nicely with our TP. So yeah, this would be a really good spot here to get out on this TP1, TP2. If the bulls, grow, because overall you can see, we are an uptrend. So this what you see over here really is just a larger pullback. So if the bulls get stronger and we break this resistance here, it's going to be really nice TP3. So we'll see how that looks once we get there. But yeah, this is looking like a clean buy position. We got some bulls coming in, which is good. Yeah, good luck with this trade. Next up, we got SAP, which opened with a huge gap. We went all the way from 125 down to right now it's sitting at 97.5. So, what you'll find in the market is usually these gaps get filled, and we got a short entry right at that gap open. So we can expect more orders sitting here on this gap open that will push price down. That's at least the kind of the technical standpoint, because when these gaps happen, you know, there's liquidity that pushes price down. And there's a lot of orders sitting here that didn't get triggered when it got pushed down. So if price were to come back up, we can expect those orders to get triggered and then move down into TP1, TP2 at least. Of course, if we can get TP3, that's going to be great. As long as we're staying in a downtrend, we should see that come in. But again, it's something we can't predict. We'll just trade what we see. These are the levels, entries, exits, and then that's it. So yeah, that's a good short entry. Again, you don't want to overexpose yourself on stocks with too many short positions. Make sure you have a good mix between longs and shorts, and also between industries. Because, you know, if one industry tanks and you long on the whole industry, that's not going to look good on your portfolio. So make sure you use common sense and you don't overexpose on your stocks and equities. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. You know, we got some really good trades going. I'm excited to see how, you know, the next 3 weeks play out, especially how November starts, because, you know, September was a little slow. October has been better, and then we'll see how November gets going. Just a quick note, we did update the handbook, so the new handbook is out. It's updated. If you guys want to have a look at that, you can access that in the global chat. Just, you know, type in handbook, and then Grace will send you the most recent update to the handbook. Just a good, you know, PDF to have. If you want to print it out, if you want to put it on your desktop, it's a good document to have to go over, you know, strategy. If you're missing anything, make sure you're doing everything correct. So if you're new to strategy mode, that's a must thing to go through. If you're already more experienced, maybe a quick refresher wouldn't hurt. And yeah, my name is Patrick. I'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.